Welcome to Chai After Dark, everyone. I'm Shabnam, and I'm here with my co-host, Sameem. Sameem, do you need a hug? Do you think it makes everything better?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Who are you texting, by the way? Is it Brian with a D? Trying to start a podcast here, and you keep getting texts and calls.
It's work people, but
yeah.
We don't have
back
to.
off. We have shit to do. We can't be
seriously
doing lawyer
can't
stuff.
be doing work all the time.
Yeah. Come on, we got shit to do. If anybody from Shabnam's company is listening, this is off hours.
Yes, 100%.
Cool. What are we discussing today?
So we are discussing episodes 13 through 15 of Parwarish. This drama doesn't fail to deliver with the drama. It just keeps getting more and more and more dramatic. I'm loving it, but I feel like I need to go to my therapist after this.
Yeah. Midway through episode 15, I finally looked. I'm like, how much longer? I don't know how much drama with a capital D I can take. It was so much. Yeah. Everyone's crying. Everybody has some sort of issue.
Panic attacks.
But JB's like laying on the couch with his feet up.
Yeah.
So men gonna men.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say about this drama that I was thinking about when I was watching it, it's so relatable. And I think the reason why we like it so much is because there's no over exposure of violence or sex or anything that we've seen as a primary source of content in White Lotus and Succession. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not trying to reel you in with sex or violence or something like that, right?
Sensationalism.
Sensationalism, yeah. It's just really about the story, which I think is really cool. And it's about life. Like, oh my God, I'm in this huge predicament. What do I do? You know? And even if people can't relate to these specific predicaments, because thankfully they didn't have to go through these specific ones, you can kind of relate to the feeling of all these characters of like, pressure to get something done, pressure from other people that you live a certain way or whatever it is. So
it's strangely relatable, even though I didn't grow up in Pakistan, but everybody has feelings of young love. What am I going to do? Who am I going to marry? You think 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds are not thinking about that? Of course they're thinking about it, even if they don't act on it or even if they don't talk about it very openly and vividly. Somebody like Waleed, though, right, without the D, it seems like he needs an emotional attachment. And I think a lot of boys that have relationships with their parents, such as the one that's being described in this drama, that's how boys end up being. And it just shows, I think it shows that Samir is way more comfortable in his own skin than Wali without the D. He's not...
Interesting.
I don't know. They don't show him girl chasing.
He's just kind of like chill, fucking around on his own. Like, you know...
Playing video games.
Like,
showering.
Playing video games, showering, being like
eating,
class clown.
Eating Dadi Jaan's... Yeah, exactly. Saving Amal. Saving...
Anya.
I don't know. I can't remember her name, man. She's like barely in this. They like said she was going to die of vegetarianism, and now she's like, I'm all better.
Yeah, but it's hilarious because all the names, they have Anya and Amal, and then they have Wali and Waleed. They don't make it easy for us, you know?
No, and Amal and Maya ends up being Amaya, or whatever her name is. Sorry, Amaya, if you're listening. I know. Yeah. Now I'm getting all confused. I don't think Amaya's listening.
Well, Brian, he's like, everybody has the same name because it's like Sami, Sameem, and Somi, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That are friends and you. And so, but then I told him, I was like, you can't even talk because his twin sister's husband's names rhyme. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Like, don't even talk to me. So
big deal. Matt, Chris, Jeff. Yeah, such variation between 4 letters. Anyways, I feel like this drama, what people should do is actually watch it. And I'm talking about even if you don't live in Pakistan and you don't understand Urdu, 50% of it's in English. It is, and you can just have subtitles on. And because everybody, like what we were saying earlier, everything is so relatable. The romance part of it, the sister-in-laws beefing over small things. It shows Manure's willing to stand up to Dadi Jaan and Panna is not. And she specifically says there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
JB using his connections, just being an old Uncle Desi that thinks he knows everyone. That's such a common South Asian uncle trope.
Yeah. It's an archetype.
Yeah, Dada Jan's just like, I just want to die happy.
Yeah,
So
Dada
I'm
Jan's
just
like
gonna
now.
appease everyone.
Dada Jan's like, now that I've had my children and I've had a 50% success rate of raising a good one and not raising a good one, now I'm just gonna chill. So,
Yeah. I just think it's so relatable. Pana and Soleiman, their sex scenes. Sorry.
Love it.
There's no sex scenes.
It's, innuendo
Pre-sex.
scenes. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and then even Wali being able to say, I like you more than a friend, when he talks to Maya, everything is so reduced to simple interactions. I think it's super relatable. The entire thing. I'm giving this shit 5 stars out of whatever. We don't rate shit here.
Yeah, 5 stars for sure. This is awesome. So before we get into it, as always, I wanted to say that it's available on YouTube and it's got subtitles. So anyone that does not speak Urdu or doesn't speak Urdu very well wants to access it. It's very accessible. But we also have to do our favorite new segment, ABCD Loves Urdu. And that is where we learn a new Urdu word.
Shining bright, learning with the rhythm. Oh, what a sight.
So from these 3 episodes, I picked a word and it's kind of a phrase, mu pulau. So it means pouting, but mostly it literally means like you put like air in your cheeks because it's kind of what you do when you pout, And
Like
so, yeah, exactly. So Amal tells Wali, him and Dadi Jaan are both part of a Mu Palau group. And she's right. She's totally right.
Man. So moon means mouth.
Mu
right?
means, like a face or mouth. Yeah, depending on
I thought
the
palau
context.
means tasty dish.
Rice dish?
Rice dish.
Well, palau means rice dish, but pulau with the kind of like a little H-ish sound after the P means like to blow up or like to put air in.
Mu Palau group. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Not mu palau.
hungry.
Haldi Homa is going to get mad at you.
It's okay. Last episode, everybody knows.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce anything. But Mu Palau, the Mu Palau group.
Yeah.
I can't say it. I don't think this is going to go into my vocabulary, but Amol and Wali literally hanging out nonstop for 3 straight episodes.
Yeah.
And then they end up in the car and they're so open with each other, apologizing to each other, yelling at each other. She doesn't yell at him. He yells too much. But
yeah.
I'm starting to... Do you think they're similar? Dadi and Wali?
Oh yeah. Dadi and Wali are similar.
Yeah,
Not
they're
Amal.
both so
Amal's
stubborn.
too good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amal's too good for Wali. She should not go with that rich stuff.
They're not going to date. But
yeah.
JB, he has like a moment.
Yeah. He has like a moment where he asks about if Amal's getting married. It's like, what for? I think they're doing that on purpose. I think they're like planting a little seed with us. They're like teasing us.
I'm like,
They're
you
like
serious?
baiting
Did
us.
you listen to the last episode
Yeah.
that we did?
It's so good.
Were you following our lead?
Well, maybe now he's thinking like since Wali got into medical school, maybe Suleiman and Pana would go for it.
It's disgusting.
I mean, it's also...
Do you know why it's disgusting?
It's in so many ways.
Yeah.
Because
they're
it's
living
like
in the
so...
same house. If they were like separate or something, whatever, fucking first cousins, go do it. But growing up like that, it's just too weird. They beef like siblings.
Yeah. Also, it's weird because Amal's got a lot going for her. And you think just because you bought your kid's way into med school, like now he has his shit together and he's good enough for her. No, he's not. He sucks.
We're also making a huge assumption. None of this happened. He asks his mom if his brother has found a boy for her. Come on.
Yeah, if they're looking to arrange matches for her.
And Dadi was like, no, they have to be educated. And he seemed a little like, yeah, you're right. I don't know if I believed him.
He was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right.
Let me check out my niece for my son.
So wild.
What do you want me to say? Anyways, we already talked about this. We don't have to keep talking about this shit.
All right.
Also, it didn't happen. So I think they're just hanging out to show.
But I feel like the writers are kind of teasing it. You know, it's funny.
I mean, let's get teased. Let's go.
All right. The episode started out with Amal struggles with telling Wali the truth about his admissions and that Maya's engaged. So she's got these 2 big bombshells that she's tossing around in her head, trying to hide from Wali. So she doesn't say anything, but then he comes into her room and they end up having this like heart to heart conversation. And he tells her that he's attracted to Maya.
Attracted.
Yeah.
मेरा
And
बहुत
he
attraction हो रहा है.
Yeah.
Calm
And then
down.
he calm down, Wally, without a D. And then he starts picking her up and dropping her home like a chauffeur. So Wally starts picking up Maya from her house to school and like dropping her to and from. And of course, Amal's in the car too, because that's what makes their interaction not like oh, it's Amal that's doing it. It's Amal that's giving a ride to her a friend to and from school. It makes it all quote unquote halal.
Yeah.
So Amal tries to extract herself and get Maya to be honest with Wali, but she's completely avoidant. She doesn't want to be open. And then she tries to discourage Wali from continuing his crush on Maya, but he's like a dog on Dingy Island and he just can't stop.
Dingy Island reference. Everybody go back and listen to our second Parwarish. Sorry.
No, you said it right. Parwarish episode.
I know. I
yeah.
want to say Parwarish, and I know that's not what it is. But Dingy Island, Dog Island, and Karachi. It's not too far from where this is taking place.
Yeah.
Okay. All of this goes on in episode 12. There's not a lot going on in episode 12 other than building up this sort of...
You mean 13. You mean 13.
13. Yeah, 12 was the last one we did. 13.
Yeah.
And it is what you described, but I struggle to see like what not what they see in each other, but like I understand that they started off like confrontation. He was negging her, so she's interested.
Yeah.
I just sort of feel like this is a way for her to get distracted from Waleed with the D.
Yeah.
It is, because 13, 14, she hates Waleed with the T. Like, she breaks down when she sees him. She should have just told Waleed, I guess, is what I think.
I think so too, but I think you're right. I feel like if this was what I consider a normal scenario of like a college girl, like somebody not in this restrictive environment, she would date Wally without a D and be like, you're not really marriage material. Like, you know, it was nice going to school with you, like nice knowing you, you know? And then Waleed with a D, she would probably like go on a few dates with and be like, this guy's got anger management issues and he's probably going to kill me in the future. So I'm going to get away from him. And then she would move on with her life and find an actual man. But
Exactly.
because there's so much pressure, Waleed with a D makes Wally without a D look like a great option because he's just not a criminal.
Yeah. And he's from America and he has a guitar, so she's like kind of into it. I think you're right. The writing here makes sense, and they're trying to show like a very problematic situation where Maya has to appease her dad and to a certain extent her mom while trying to obtain an education. So it does make a lot of sense to put in a character like Wally without the D just to show how conflicted she is. And it is such a painful situation. And once I was like getting into 14 and 15 episodes, man, I feel so bad for her. And it's so real. And that's why I started this episode with like, holy shit, this isn't really, oh my God, look, bro jobs and, you know, Roman from Succession coming on a glass. Like, okay, great. You have a very vivid imagination, but something like this, it's just so real. It's so pertinent to so many women in South Asian culture, and they represent it so well.
Yeah. Totally. So the next day, Wali tells Amal to invite Maya over to study. Despite Amal's protest, she's finally convinced. And to discourage their budding love affair when Maya does come over, Amal starts talking about how Wali had a white girlfriend in America.
They wrote a song about her. And what's her name?
And Amal's like, and her name was, and I was waiting for it. I was like, is it Rebecca or Kylie? No, it's Grace. She says her name is Grace. What is happening? I feel is this...
First, I think we need to go back and listen. I was going to do it. I didn't have time.
No. I know. It was Rebecca, Kylie, and Grace. Yeah. For a fact.
Kylie, I don't remember. Rebecca, I certainly remember.
It was like Rebecca twice, and then it was like Kylie once. Or Kylie or Kyla, or it was like definitely something like that. So they keep bringing up different names. You know how in American culture, like every Indian character's name was Raj for like the last 20 years and anything. So I'm like, is this their version of that? They're like, Rebecca, Kylie, Grace, whatever. It's all the same, you know?
Or Amal could just be like negging her, Grace or whoever it is, and she could be like, what's her name? Janet?
Yeah.
Just making up a name. Could have been that. But yeah, I
Maybe.
was blown away when I heard Grace. I was like, holy shit. Also,
Yeah.
Grace is such like a weird old timer name, Rebecca. If this was a true situation, her name would be like Mackenzie, right? And it would be like
Yeah.
Ckenzie, or it would be like Haley, but it would
Ashley
be Ashley.
Eigh.
Exactly. It would be like
Yeah.
those tragedy names. Bailey,
Yeah.
Leigh. Come
Yeah.
on. Her name wouldn't
Yeah.
be Rebecca.
Grace.
It's just not a real
Yeah.
name, Grace.
You know what I think of when someone says Grace? If he had an Asian girlfriend, then her name could be Grace.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
My daughter goes to like a pretty predominantly Asian school, and all their
Yeah.
names are pretty old timey. Phoebe, it's more like pre 90s names.
Like Grace's last name is Wong. You know
Grace
what I mean?
Wong.
Like,
yeah, I know so many Grace
Wong.
Wongs. You're right.
Yeah.
What's up, Grace? Shout out, Graces. Anyways, do you think they get together? We're halfway through, pretty much. Ever
Or
seen
we're
a
a third of
Pakistani
the way
drama?
through-ish,
Like,
yeah.
what happens in Pakistani dramas? Is it one story accumulates, leveled up, like we talked about last time?
I mean, yeah, I think Maya's going to have a slightly less shitty, but still shitty life getting married to like man-child who's not even a man. So just a dumb boy child instead of a criminal. Like, I think that's how this is going to turn out, you know?
Well, Waleed with a D is not a criminal, right? He's just
I mean, he's not really a criminal, but like I could see him
he's a
getting
little mob
like,
bossy.
he's a mob bossy. He's probably going to like get arrested for domestic violence in the future unless he bribes every police officer in Pakistan, which he probably will. So he probably wouldn't get arrested for domestic violence. But, you know,
I don't know. I don't know what he's going to get arrested for. I don't know
like
if they get arrested.
at certain points, I'm like, is he going to sexually assault her? I don't know. You know, he's like a criminally kind of vibey person.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I know. But they changed him a little bit. I mean, he was always a little manipulative, and you can sense that that was his main trait. He knows how to do that.
Yeah.
They ratcheted it up in 13, 14, and 15. They really show his
that's-
criminal side, as you said.
Yeah. And that's how it happens, right? At certain points, you're like, is he nice or is he kind
Oh,
of
he creeps me out.
pushy?
Whoever this actor
You know,
is, he's doing a great job creeping me out.
Yeah, and I feel like that's how those kind of people do it. They make the person they're manipulating be like, is the person nice or are they, I mean, is this just me? Maybe I'm just like not understand. And they kind of confuse the person, but they're just a complete criminal asshole.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, well, let's see what he does. I haven't seen past 15. I don't think you have either. So if he does something,
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know. You know what? Everybody listening, they probably already know.
yeah. Well, you know, you guys
Don't
can watch us discover it. Yeah, don't email us
Yeah.
about it. No spoilers. So, Dadi makes Banjiri laddu for Anya, and Anya gags with disgust, but Anya can't tell Dadi no. So then Samir has to come rescue her and distract Dadi so that Anya can run away because Dadi's like forcing this Banjiri laddu on Anya and she's barfing. And I'm just thinking, why is it so hard for Desis to have a real conversation? Be like, dude,
We were talking
Dadi,
about Anya,
she can't-
right? She ain't going to talk.
Yeah, but
She's afraid of everyone.
even Samir, like, he can't just be like, dude, Dadi, what's up?
Chill
what are you
out, yeah.
doing? Yeah. So, I don't know. So then Anya faints at school from being ill and gets sent home. So the family has this meeting, as usual, about it. And Suleiman and Samir are standing up to Dadi about it. Meanwhile, JB doesn't even feel the need to call Mahnur on her shopping trip and let her know. So Mahnur is, of course, annoyed when she gets home. So Pana and Mahnur chat while getting dinner ready, and Mahnur finds out it's Dadi's laddu that made Anya sick. And she gets up and goes straight to Dadi, and I think quite respectfully tells Dadi that she needs to let Mahnur control the food that Anya eats. And Dadi says, no, bitch, I know better. I've raised all these children. She's sick because you don't feed her some nice ghee from the field, like grass fed. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, this food's going to make Anya strong. And then she calls JB on the phone to come into the room. And JB comes in. He left his balls in his own bedroom. And he doesn't even tell his mom that she needs to stop feeding the mitai to Anya. He just basically kind of argues with Mahnur, and Mahnur walks away. And then he tells his mom, like, everything's fine.
Yeah, man, this whole, like, when they were showing all this going on, I thought she's going to end up back in the hospital, right, Anya?
Yeah.
But it kind of shows what we keep talking about. JB's a little bitch. He's scared of his mom. He's telling his wife not to tell anything to his mom. The wife, Manhur, has balls, and, you know, you can call it Americanized or Westernized or whatever, but she stands up for herself and her daughter. I don't think there was anything wrong with what she did. And then, of course,
she does it respectfully. She's not rude to Dadi. She's being respectful. And Dadi takes it. Yeah. And Dadi takes it like such an affront. Like she doesn't even have the place to express this, which is so weird. And I feel like Desi culture has that in it, and I don't like it, because even if you respectfully express your position, it's taken as like you're very rude, and it's like, you know what, F you then. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I think the difference between Desi culture doing that, because certainly American culture, Western culture have grandmas and grandpas that are so in their own ways and stubborn and boomers, right? They're not going to ever admit that they're wrong about anything. I think the difference is in South Asian culture, particularly in a household like that, when multiple generations and families are living in the same household, you have to do what the Dadi says. Whoever ends up being the matriarch or the patriarch, right? There's someone that takes over the small things of that house, and everything goes their way. And in this household, it's the Dadi.
And I'm sure there's benefits to living in this joint family household, but I feel one of the big cons is that these kids grow up seeing their parents completely belittled and diminished by the grandparents all the time. And what kind of strong woman role model is Pana for Amal? Because she can't even say, can I get a roti maker? She can't even say, can I wash my clothes? She can't say anything, you know. And I love Pana, but it's pretty stupid, you know.
And again, this drama is showing such real situations that are so small when you even think about it. Like if you live with a roommate or something, anyone, and oh shit, they took some of my milk, or I haven't lived with roommates in a long time, but they used my laundry detergent. This actually happened to me when I was 19. And the guy like freaked out, my roommate, because it's expensive, right? We don't have any money. I get it. I used his laundry detergent. But think about that. These writers have made a show so successful based on these small interactions that you would have with somebody that you live with that might not necessarily translate into an American series. I don't think it'd be able to be done like this.
No.
Maybe I'm being a little bit too like complimentary towards this, and all telenovelas and dramas are like this, soap operas. I just don't know because I've never watched one.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's good. So while Anya recovers from her illness, she sleeps in Amal's room. And Amal notices that she's not really sleeping. And so they start talking. And Amal gets Anya to open up. And Anya tells Amal that she thinks that all her family's problems are her fault. And Anya says that without her, her family would be better off. Like, it's kind of almost suicidal. It feels pretty bad. And then Amal tells her she's not the problem and nobody's perfect. This was kind of a crazy scene.
Yeah, because Amal is Wali for 3 episodes that we just watched. But in this particular scene, it's the only time that she interacts with her other cousin, woman cousin, girl cousin, whatever you want to call it. Can we say female cousin? People say not to say female anymore. But whatever. And then she calls her brave. She's like, you came here and you're able to go to school, and you were sick and you're still able to do this. So Amal is like freaking Dadi Jaan, not on steroids, very understanding. And like, she would be probably the ultimate sort of matriarch in a family, I would say, even though she's only supposed to be like 18 or 19 in this.
Yeah, she's taking care of everybody. She's pulling more than her weight in this family as
but I think you made a good point. To be. Yeah, she saw her mom, Pana, be belittled, and that does translate. So even if Amal is going to be a successful doctor, she's still going to have those characteristics in her as she grows up, or somebody in that vein. And I've seen people like this, right? They have very specific traits that come from their upbringing, and appeasing someone or being like very emotionally soft. That's how Pana is, right? So it probably translates to the daughter. It kind of also translates to Samir. He's pretty understanding as well.
But I think you're right about Amal. I feel like she's a little more assertive now because she's in her own family, but she's still trying to get validation from everyone and trying to please them. But if she goes to a new family, if she gets married, she's going to be less confident in her position there. And so she might end up like Pana, you know?
Man, we'll see. How long does this go? 300 episodes? We see them into a new generation. They start like a whole other series.
See, maybe that's the reason to marry Wali, because she'll still have that confidence because it won't be a new family.
She could probably push him around in that family. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so, you know. There, we've come full circle. Okay, so Pana is really sad after being scolded by Dadi because she goes to Dadi to give her tea, and Dadi basically gets pissed off at her for telling Mahnur that Dadi fed the laddus with the fresh ghee and koya to Anya that made Anya sick. So the next day, she's in the kitchen getting all frustrated. She cries. She's like crying alone. And Wali sees her and asks her how she's doing and why she's sad. And then he tells her, a hug fixes all things. And he gives her a hug.
He did this with his mom in like episode 9, remember? She was like upset with JB. And he's like, everything will be okay. And then he goes back to being like an immature like child that can't handle emotion. So when he's able to comfort someone, he's pretty fucking good. He would be a good doctor. He's a caring gene.
He probably learned this from Rebecca/Kylie/Grace Wong.
Oh, come on. I'm sorry, dude. No 17-year-old white girl has ever built up the amount of empathy that would need to be achieved to show a South Asian boy how to feel. I don't think that exists because we grow up pretty cold. It takes a lot to break the interior of a South Asian boy. I don't think Rebecca, Grace, Kylie could have done it. Unless it was like Kylie Jenner, maybe.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Can you imagine? That's what comes out at the end. Mama, I had Kylie Jenner. She wanted to marry me and you brought me here.
Oh my God. I think JB would have stayed in America for Kylie Jenner. He would have been like, that's my meal ticket.
Are all her sisters engaged? Do they have boys? That's what he would have done. He would have been all creep.
Oh man.
He's like in the background of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. JB pops out.
Oh man.
He marries what's the woman's name? The
Kris Jenner.
Matriarch. Yeah, he marries
Kris.
one of them. Either the mom or the dad. Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Hey, Pakistan's pretty like okay with intersex/trans, so which is great.
Yeah.
JB might be. I don't know where we're going with this. You said he didn't have any balls, so I'm just taking it.
Well, all we're saying is that JB's materialistic. Maybe he'll get with anyone for a buck, right?
I could see him with Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, exactly. So meanwhile, jeez.
Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, so meanwhile, JB tries to get Mahnur to make nice with his mom, but she's like, hell no, your mom is wrong and dramatic, and you need to tell her about your daughter's health illness. So apparently there's something else here that even we, the watcher, don't know. And then she says, and also, why can't you be like Suleiman and distract me with Bundi Shundi? Just kidding, she didn't say that.
But come on. We talked with Dr. Homa Qureshi last episode.
Yeah.
And we told her our theory where when you're beefing with your mother-in-law, you get horny.
Oh, man.
Mahnur probably is thinking that. JB just can't pick up on it, and that's why Suleiman's a way better husband. JB he could kill two birds with one stone. He could get laid in Pakistan, potentially have a third kid, and his wife would calm down and get along with the mother-in-law. He just doesn't see it.
He doesn't
That's
see
all
it.
they need. They need a night at the hotel. At the what's a hotel called in Pakistan? Because center is food.
A night at Gymkhana. No, I don't know.
At Karachi's finest.
Yeah.
A romantic trip to Dingy Island.
Oh, yeah. They could go to a water sports club.
Water sports. Nowhere to stay. No accommodations. But you can do water sports in nasty Dingy Island with dog poop everywhere.
Oh, man. So, okay, where were we? I don't even know. Okay, so Mahnur goes to the kitchen to get away from JB, and she sees that Pana is pretty annoyed. So Mahnur says she's going to talk to Dadi about this whole situation. And Pana tells Mahnur, as you alluded to in the beginning of this episode, that she needs to leave it alone because Pana can't afford to give Dadi nice cars and gifts, and all she has is her izzat with Dadi, which is her reputation. So just leave everything alone and back it up, lady. And so that's where that ends up. But then even Dada tries to convince Dadi that she's wrong. And I almost thought he was going to try to get down with her, like Dada was going to try. But she listens to no one. Surprisingly, on her own, she's like, you know what? Maybe I'll just apologize to Pana. So she does. But you think like, oh, maybe Dadi's going to really be nice. But then it's like, no, she makes sure Mahnur overhears part of it so that Mahnur knows Pana is Dadi's bitch and no one else's.
Literally, that's what she says. She used the word queen instead of the word bitch. But there's no exaggeration here. So you're saying you think Dadi knew that Mahnur was standing in the hallway?
Yeah, I knew. I think she knew that Mahnur was standing in the hallway after a while. And I think her whole reason for apologizing to Pana is because she knows Pana is the one that does a lot for her, and it's more advantageous for her to keep Pana on her side.
She says that, and she says so we can talk shit about Mahnur. He's standing right behind her. And the funniest thing about it is Pana gets up from the table, literally just like looks at Mahnur standing there and like
and ignores her.
The kitchen this way. Yeah, and ignores her.
Yeah.
Like, I guess they don't understand acoustics, but she heard you guys.
Yeah.
And they're like giggling in her face.
Yeah. It's kind
so
of
that
insane.
Yeah, I mean, Dadi picked who she wanted.
Yep. So she is the matriarch, right? So we'll see how this lasts.
Politics, man. This is weird. It's some weird ass shit. And I don't even think this is an exaggeration. This is exactly what we said. Very relatable.
Exactly. Yeah, but then imagine growing up in a household like this and you're supposed to feel emotionally safe with this kind of bullshit going on at every corner, every turn. It's a lot, you know.
Everything's about Izzat and what other people will think. It is a very clear message that the writers are sending. I've seen worse than this even.
Yeah,
I've seen even worse family dysfunction based on little things that may or may not have happened, or something that someone said potentially, or what they cooked or what they didn't cook. I've seen it all.
Yeah. So at center, Maya is chatting with friends when she sees Waleed with a D.
This is when it gets wild, right? This is the storyline that kind of dominates these 3 episodes.
Yeah, so let's buckle up. So she sees Waleed with the D walking into her school. And she gets,
he doesn't have a D hanging out or anything, people. We're talking about his name.
We're talking about his name.
Because now I just picture this guy and his like schlong is like going left to right. Like he's wearing shoulders.
His pants are pretty tight, though. His pants are pretty tight, though.
It could be.
Dude, I might edit this out, but like Brian, when he wore shalwar kameez to our Mindy, he told me, he's like, dude, he's like, no, he did. But he was like, this is very exposed. Like, what kind of pajamas are your culture wearing all the time?
You gotta wear underwear. Like, people don't wear underwear. I was in Faisalabad when I was a kid. Yeah. They don't have tighty whities all over the place. They have one underwear that they beat with a rock against another hard surface with a little bit of soap and water, and then they hang it. And then for 2 days or a day, you can't wear it because it has to dry. It's true. Like, they can't afford, 20 pairs of Hanes.
Damn. Okay.
I have to wear shalwar kameez tonight, by the way. I'm going to Mendi in Arizona. So now I'm wondering, wait, what kind of underwear should I wear with it?
No, but okay, hold on. So Waleed with a D, though, he can afford underwear, and he's not wearing shalwar kameez, but his pants are really tight. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, so, I understand that he has a D. What I'm trying to tell the audience is his D was not exposed. It's the D is the word in his name.
Exactly.
I think
that's what we're talking about.
I'm sorry.
So she leaves hoping to not be seen and hides in the bathroom because she's hoping, obviously, Waleed with the D will not come into the bathroom with people with a V. So meanwhile, Wali tells Amal that he only wants one last favor for his Maya saga, and that is for Amal to tell Maya to meet him in the science lab so that they can chat. So now Wali, without a D, is trying to go to the science lab to meet Maya for a chat. So finally, Amal goes looking all over school. She finds Maya in the bathroom and she delivers the message. Wali, without a D, wants to meet you in the science lab to chat. But Maya hears Waleed with a D instead, and she goes on this rant about how Waleed with the D is surveilling her everywhere and coming to school, and she just doesn't know what to do. And then she marches off upset and finds Waleed with the D and walks into the lab.
So yeah, come on, man, they're both there waiting for her. And
he was in the hall. She walked him to the lab,
I totally understand what happens. What I'm saying is I think the writers put these two names so close together just to have this scene.
Yeah, I think so.
I really think that these names, we've been wondering why the names are so close, because this is like we said, I think it's 40-ish% in. So there's 21 more episodes to the 15th episode.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. She's like, Wali, like, but whatever. Like,
Yeah. So she drags Waleed with the D into the science lab, and she is fired up, and she tells him she feels surveilled and she's like a slave. And then he gets hella aggro and he tells her, "Tami se baat karo, main tera mangetar hoon, main tere liye niche wait kar raha hoon." I'm just like, yeah.
dun, dun, dun. Okay, hold on. When he did this, I just want to mention something about the audio, or I guess the song choices in these episodes. When Dadi Jaan told Panna in the first episode about the packaged spices, and it was like such a dramatic, tense moment, and they play that dramatic scene music, right?
Yeah.
In this episode, they don't. And this is the most dramatic shit I've seen.
Yeah.
He's
I
like
don't know.
screaming at her at her center. And then Waleed, without the D, hears him, right? And I think that's why he freaks out, and then he drops the bleaker or the glass, and then they show another dramatic ass scene with him holding it, and they're looking at each other, and it went on for like 12 minutes.
Yeah, so basically, Waleed with the D, the translation is he's like, "You better respect me, bitch." Basically, bitch is implied. "I'm your fiance. I'm waiting downstairs for you. Better be there."
Did you know that word, by the way? Mangeter?
What? Yeah. I'm a desi girl. How do I not know that? That's because you're a boy. Every girl knows mangeter.
Oye, तमीज से बात करो. मैं आपका co-host हूँ.
So good.
Waleed, you fucking suck, man. All of you men that act like this fucking suck, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm perfect, but no, I don't go around telling people to respect me.
Yeah.
I don't want that. It's too much work for having people to respect me. Calm down, man. Put your D away.
Yeah, seriously. Get some looser pants. So just then, obviously, they hear this beaker. Is it beaker, bleaker? I don't know, whatever it is. It breaks. You know, the thing in science lab, that thing. Mm-hmm. And like you said, and so it's Wally hiding within the lab tables to hear this conversation but not be seen. And he obviously is like really heartbroken that he heard that Maya's engaged. And so, you know, just like his heart, the beaker breaks. And after Waleed with the D storms off, Wally shows himself and throws away the pieces of the broken beaker like Maya did his heart. As for Maya, all the tatti in her life is now just hitting the fan that her dad was cleaning last episode on the ladder. So, yeah.
Tatti means shit.
Yeah.
That's a good summary. How does he have glass in his hand? There's no blood. Look.
Well, he was picking it up gingerly.
Yeah, I get it. But he like squeezed it or he dropped it. I don't know. But if somebody stared at me like that with such raw emotion, I don't care if it's like romance or anger or excitement or whatever it is, or, you know, you're just staring off into space. I don't want to be stared at while you're squeezing glass and throwing it into a trash can. I would probably go away like Maya did as well, right? She didn't want to talk to him anymore. It was a little intense. And I think you say it here, right? It's he's known her for 3 weeks and they never had a relationship.
Yeah. And what I said that too is basically right after the scene, Amal rushes off to go with Wally because he's darting out of school because he's so emotionally disturbed by this. But it's like, dude, you've literally been just studying with this girl at school, hanging out with her for like literally 2 weeks. And you know, what would be more realistic is if this was some sheltered desi guy that never dated anybody. But they're talking about Grace and Kylie and Rebecca. You're going to have a cow over this girl being engaged and she didn't tell you for 3 weeks. Like, what is this?
Yeah. It's a reaction. I totally understand that. But I do understand he was like, "Are you single?" Right? We pointed it out in the last episode. And either she said no or she said yes. I don't know what she said.
No, she just avoided the question and like implied that she wasn't, you know.
Yeah.
So
she gave
she's two timing. We said it.
She's two timing. But then Amal calls her out, right, on two timing. But Maya's explanation makes sense to me. She needed her education, so she needed to say yes to this guy for now.
Yeah.
It's a rock and a hard place, people. Like, what is she supposed to do?
Yeah, and that's what's
especially with all the drama that we're about to describe. This hasn't even escalated yet, and it's already too much.
Yeah, but then Wally gets mad at Amal because he finds out that Amal knew
this
that
dude's
Maya
mad at
was
everyone.
engaged.
Come on, man.
Yeah. He's such a moo palau. It's like, shut the F up, you moo palau.
Yeah, but are you mad at her? I'm all for you. She's your cousin trying to help you. Literally, like, taking time out of her day. She could be dating her own man.
Yeah.
Which could be Wali without the D.
Oh, man. So then poor Maya has to go down to Waleed with a D, who is a D. And he can't control his anger, but he's also being treated like shit because, you know, she doesn't answer his calls. And she's like, you should have told me before you were coming. And he's like, well, you don't answer my calls. So I couldn't really tell you.
And then she tells him to go away, right? You're right.
Then
like, that's one thing. He did show up and she's overreacting because the last time they talked, they had a burger for lunch, remember? And he's like, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. I feel like she's too traumatized to manage this situation well. She should be the one to initiate, be like, hey, dude, so like you're coming to town. When do you want to hang out? And then she should compartmentalize him into certain blocks of time so that she can be like, now go F off and I'll have my real life. But she's not managing this well. She's too traumatized.
Totally. And as this all comes out and to light, it's because A, she's never been with someone. But B, she's not into this engagement. So it's really hard to like go and meet someone that you don't have any desire to meet, right?
Yeah.
This happened to me last weekend, by the way.
Speaking from very near-term experience.
Near-term experience, but I was up front. And
so that evening, Maya's dad walks into the house, pissed as
Maya,
and he
Nicho,
the second time in this day that a man is telling her to come down the stairs. So the mom is like, what is going on? And Maya comes down the stairs and the dad basically is like, I mean, I don't even know how to describe it. He's raging. He's like practically raging, right? And she says Waleed shows up everywhere and he's annoying as fuck. And her dad basically almost hits her and tells her she better get to pleasing Waleed with a D because his parents pay for her school. And if she doesn't, he'll just marry her off to someone else. I was like, dude, this is...
Yeah, I didn't want to watch anymore. I was like, okay, this is enough. I was like, this is enough. I don't really know where to start with this, considering last episode, and Dr. Huma Qureshi was absolutely not wrong in saying what this guy, as a real character,
is going
as a
through
real person,
himself.
talks on what he's going through himself, but he took it too far.
Yeah.
We were willing to give him some benefit of the doubt, but I have someone Maya's age. I just can't even imagine. I can't even imagine getting even remotely close to her like that. And I don't know. It just bothered me a lot. It shows that if everything is so real in Pakistan and in this drama, of course situations like this exist. But I did read through all the YouTube comments, not all of them because there's millions. Everyone says the most unrealistic thing in this drama is how this dude's acting, which kind of gave me some solace. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I went through a lot of YouTube comments because it bothered me a lot. I was looking for comments to validate how I was feeling.
I don't know, man. I feel like that's a save face comment. Like, oh, we're not that bad. Because I feel like this is not that far off. If you had a conservative family with a dad that had anger issues, which that's got to be like a large fraction of Pakistani families.
Yeah, I understand. I have never seen this situation. I understand it exists. I certainly know people that I've married because of their dads being overbearing. I know that. I know that. And I don't see the joy in it as a parent in controlling my kids. I don't get anything out of it. I think it would just destroy your own brain. And I think that's what happens to dads that act like this, because when Maya eventually, if he gets his way, she marries Waleed with the D, what does he do
He's going to feel guilt for every single thing that happens to her in her life.
He's going to do it to his second daughter.
Yeah.
And then something's going to happen because you can't have a 100% hit rate if you're marrying your daughters off like this. And then he's going to feel guilt.
And then he's going to die of cancer.
He's going to die of cancer or something. He's going to die alone. And I've seen that too. And a lot of these men struggle when they get older.
Yeah, and his wife is going to be pissed at him because she's going to be like, you screwed me over. You screwed both our daughters over. You don't even make a lot of money. Like, screw you.
Yeah. And she'll clean his tarti when he's eventually wearing his adult diapers. She will.
But she'll still hate him.
She'll still hate him.
Yeah.
Because she can't divorce him.
Yeah.
All of this sucks. And that's why we kind of paused here and lingered on it. It just sort of sucks and sort of sucks. What am I saying? This is a horrific situation.
Terrible. Yeah. So Maya goes crying to her sister and tells her sister she has a crush on Wali. And her sister's confused because she's like, wait, with a D or without a D? And I was like, dude,
everyone's
us too.
confused.
Yeah, everyone's confused.
The sister's like, which one has the D?
Oh, man. So the next day, Amol covers for Wali, saying he doesn't have class, allowing his parents to kind of like leave him alone, let him sleep in, and, you know, deal with this Maya issue in his brain. So then she goes and tells Maya that she's been pretty two-timing. And I'm like, yeah, girl, tell her. So Maya gets this talking to by her friend Amal at school. And then after school, she goes home and Maya finds Waleed with the D again in her house. And he asks her for an apology. And her parents are like, yeah, you should apologize to Waleed with the D, who's a D. And she doesn't feel like doing it, so she doesn't, which more power to her. But then Waleed with the D threatens to break off the engagement, but in a like very manipulative way where he like pretends to be benevolent. He's like, you know, she shouldn't marry someone she doesn't want to. So if she doesn't want to marry me, I could just break off this engagement today. And then the dad gets all like, no, oh no, no. Like, of course she wants to marry you. And her parents get all on the defense and they tell her to apologize again. And then she like smiles and like fake apologizes. And then her dad kisses Waleed with the D's ass some more. And is like, would you like some chai and mithai? I'm just like, oh my god,
dude. Like,
yeah,
I'm so, we just went off on this dude. Let's do it again. Look, she's already told you she doesn't want to marry him. The mom knows she doesn't want to marry him. The guy obviously has anti-personality disorder, sitting on your couch, acting like a dick. Not even what you just described. Even before that, he's like basically yelling. He's like, she ignored me, auntie and mama. He's like emasculating himself almost. Bitching to the parents about their daughter not returning his calls.
Yeah. And I feel like at least the mom is like, oh, you know, she's really busy at school. You know, maybe just find a time to meet her somewhere else. At least the mom is like trying to kind of defend her. And the dad should say that. The dad should be like, oh, no, like, let us know. We'll find a time for you guys to meet up or something. Like, at least do something like that instead of being, like you said, such a cuck. Like, what a, like, what he's like so, why doesn't he marry Waleed with a D? You know?
Yeah. Literally.
Just like,
just do it. I mean, Waleed wouldn't want that, right? But
yeah.
But the dad doesn't. Dad just wants the money.
Yeah.
And the status.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Yeah. So later, Maya complains to her mom that she feels like she's studying for everyone else and not herself. So her mom tells her to never sacrifice her career and gives her resolve. Seems like her mom is maybe realizing what's going on a bit. And so that's really good. This was kind of a little bit of a heartwarming scene.
Thank God, because she just had a pretty brutal situation. And if it was just going to go to her getting yelled at by Willie without the D or Amol chastising her or something like that, I would have been like, man, this girl cannot catch a break. At least the mom chilled out.
Yeah. So then JB has the guts to try to make sure Amol isn't telling Wali about his admissions being unbeckied. And he even lies to Pana when Pana walks in on the conversation. It was super shady as fuck. He's like, oh, we're just planning on figuring out a restaurant to eat at for dinner. Is so insane. And then he goes and tells Wali that he talked to his dean and he needs to get his ass in class because, you know, he's missing class. And I'm like, wow, you're really, really discreet.
Yeah, it's almost like Waleed is like, oh, sorry, Wali sounds the same.
Yeah.
Almost like he knows that he didn't do that well and got into that school.
Yeah. So then Waleed with the D shows up at Maya's house again to take her to school and tells her family that he got Maya's schedule from the school and he knows when all her classes are and he knows that it's time to take her to class. He says, you know, to make sure she's safe. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is so controlling and manipulative. I just want to like stab him in the eyeballs.
You go first. I'll get the other one. But the dad almost sort of chills out too. You can kind of see he's like, oh shit. He's like a little trouble.
Yeah. But then he apologizes and says he doesn't want Maya to feel suffocated. That's what I'm saying. He's like he'll do something crazy as like a flex and then he kind of pulls back to be manipulative. It's insane. So then Waleed takes her to school and in the car, he makes her hold his hand.
Ew.
And this is when I was like, he's kind of like crossing a lot of boundaries with her over and over, right? Like her like physical boundaries, her time, now he's like touching her. And so I'm just like, I don't know, man. Maybe rape is in his future.
I don't know what happens in Pakistani dramas if it does escalate like this, but yeah, we haven't. I hope it's just, oh shit, he got picked up for some shady shit and he goes away, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. So meanwhile, Anya goes to the doctor with her parents and she is doing well, to everyone's surprise. This gives JB even more excuse to not tell Dadi the truth about Anya's health and to not stand up.
This is insane.
Dadi.
Dadi's like not that ridiculous. You could probably say, look, mom, my daughter can't handle animal products and this ghee you use fucks her up. Oh, holy shit, oh no, life is over. Come on.
Yeah.
This guy's got... Look, we talk about South Asian little shitheads all the time.
Yeah.
This dude is personified as an adult why you don't treat your kids like that.
Yeah. So crazy. So at center, Maya and Wali finally chat and she tells him her whole sad story and she apologizes. This makes him think about life and her in an entirely different way. He talks to Dada about it at home and tells Dada, he's just in a culture shock over it. And then Dada says, kind of rightly and poignantly, it's a cultural tragedy. And he decides he wants to talk to Maya and he runs into her in the hall and he tells her, what does he tell her, Sameem?
I like you more than a friend. He
I
thought
really
it would
like
work.
you.
I really like you.
Yeah.
I like
So
like you.
Yeah. I don't just like you, I like you like you.
Yeah, I just like Grace.
Yeah.
I like
But you, I like you. Yeah.
I actually
So
thought this was
she's-
going to work too. Because she ignores him, right, for an episode or two. So I thought this was going to work.
Yeah. So she's sort of shocked and she just says nothing and she walks away. And she spends the next several days avoiding him. And eventually, in one of the scenes at home, she's super emotional in her room and she talks to her sister. And her sister basically is like, what happened? What's up? And she says she's hiding behind a wall of silence now because she feels like she's going to be judged and given a verdict for her every word and emotion. So she just chooses to be silent. And she doesn't have permission to say yes. And she didn't have the strength to say no. So she just ignores Wali at school. I was like, damn.
Damn. I kind of get it, man. She's like a little girl. Like, this is insane.
This is, so
But
insane.
If she didn't have a lead with a D and the dad would let her, she would totally date
Wali without a D.
Without the D. Amal even says he was going to ask you out. She says that to her.
But she says propose. So I feel like propose is also used as like, do you want to go steady or like be my girlfriend?
Yeah, I don't think it was like a marriage thing, right? So it's like a
it was
girlfriend-boyfriend thing at the center.
Yeah. So anyways, then we have these last couple interesting scenes where Mahnur and Pana get into it over laundry, of course, because it's Dadi's designated day for Pana to wash the towels and the blankets. But Mahnur really needs to wash her family's clothes. And so they fight over what the servant should do that day. And Mahnur just like kind of steamrolls it. It's like, hey, servant, Rani, why don't you wash my clothes and let Dadi suck it, basically. And so that's where we leave it. And Pana's
all the
like,
chadars
oh, no.
are not going to get clean. Dude, in Pakistan, you got to wash your chadars. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You can't just be leaving them like I do. But
It's
I'm, like,
hot.
sleeping-
It's hot.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
alone in San Diego. Like, it's not
And you're
hot.
sleeping in an
Yeah,
air
and I don't
conditioned
sweat.
house, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. And in Pakistan, come on, Mahnur, take a step back, man. You want to sleep in the sheets with dirty ass
Yeah.
JB? What's the
Okay,
final
so
scene
the-
though? It's like they know that we want to end it with like the most ridiculous shit, right? We're breaking this into threes, and what happens at the end of episode
Yeah.
15? This is the worst. What the fuck?
So Wally gets in the elevator and he starts singing in English a song like a complete moron. And the elevator goes up. The doors are still closed. This girl from his school walks by, hears him, and she's like, what the fuck is this shit? And then she walks away and then he opens the door and he's none the wiser that everyone thinks he's a weirdo.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, I'm the man," and I'm like, "What are you doing? You just got rejected by Maya and rejected by Grace," and he's like trying to build
And
himself up.
Kylie and Rebecca.
Yeah, he's usually sleeping and slow to get out of bed. Which, by the way, I counted 6 times in 3 episodes. He was rolling around in bed. Like last time, we said the same
weird.
shit. So this guy's always sleeping, or he's singing to himself. It's so strange. Anyway,
He's such a lalu.
yeah. I don't think Maya needs to be with either of these two. I think she should just focus on her studies, like her mom said.
Exactly.
And that dad needs to be, kicked in the balls.
100%.
But his balls are tiny, right? So, I don't know. Probably wouldn't hurt him.
Yeah, and he leaves them around different places.
Yeah.
Doesn't bring them with him to talk to certain people, so.
I mean, he's got 2 other balls in his mouth. Waleed's with the team. Sorry. Let's end there.
Yeah.
All right, go.
All right. So find us at Chai After Dark on Instagram and TikTok and all podcast platforms. Give us 5 stars everywhere and write us a nice review on Apple. We want to hear it and we need the validation. I need to call my therapist after this, so I got to go.
Thank you. Bye. Dun, 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 dun.